Sometimes a new video product comes along that I don't really need, but you know what? I really want it because I can see a time when, well, maybe I do actually need it. And that's exactly how I feel about this new little product, the Falcom Move LightGo. Yeah, I want it. Now, the LightGo isn't actually a light at all. It's just the mechanism that can move your light. Here, let me show you. We'll take this off and the light. Yeah, this is the product, and together with a remote control, well, you can move it around. Really, it's just a Bowens mount that allows you to put any Bowens mount light on, like this Amaran 150C, and then any modifier on, like this Spotlight SE. You've got complete control. You can aim the light wherever you want, both side to side and up and down. In this video, I'm going to take a deep dive and explain all the things I've learned about using it over the last couple of weeks. I'm going to explain its great strengths, its weaknesses, as well as its little quirks. Now, full disclosure, Falcam did give me this unit to review, but no other money exchanged hands, and I get to say what I want. I also don't always just take everything that somebody gives me. I only take things that I'm pretty interested in. And you know what? I'm pretty interested in this. Yeah, because it's cool. But let's start with some of the strengths of this product. First, it can hold over 13 pounds. Yeah, this thing is really, really sturdy. Here, let me show you. I'll get my heaviest light. All right, this is my Aputure LS600x Pro. And yeah, it's pretty heavy. Let's see if it can handle it. All right. Oh, and they say to put it on upside down because then that puts everything else over here and kind of out of the way of it moving around. Makes sense. Yep, seems to handle it just fine. This is the most it will tilt forward, still impressive and pretty usable, but it will go back quite a bit more. But it takes a little while, because this is as fast as the motor will go. Although there is control on here where you can actually adjust the speed of both the pitch and the yaw. But it's not the fastest. There. Oh, and it does come with a remote control, but it's wired. It's not this wireless remote control that I had to pay an additional $25 for. But you know what? Well worth the money. All right, let's go over a few more features. It powers by USB-C in this jack right here, which is great. And it comes with a cord that has a little label here in Chinese. Actually, it's over here in English. Only for powering the LightGo, cannot connect to the remote control or other devices. Well, it also comes with a cable for the remote control that looks identical except for the label. Yeah, that goes in here. And then it's a fairly long cord, but not the longest cord I've ever seen. And that goes right here into the remote control. And then you can pull it back like that. That's your remote control. And pretty much you have a joystick on here, and it'll go up and down and side to side. And there's also 4 program settings that work great. Just press and hold, and yeah, it'll set that so you can get right back to whatever you want. That's pretty cool. That's the same on the wireless remote. Now, if you didn't have these 2 little labels on here, these 2 USB-C cables look identical to me, and I wouldn't be able to keep them apart. So you're going to have to keep them labeled, or just not use the wired remote at all, which is what I'm doing. Now, this probably isn't Falcom's fault for needing 2 separate types of USB-C cables, but you know what? It's still annoying. By the way, while we're talking about power, if you disconnect the power, well, yeah, this is a problem because now it locks in whatever position that you set it in. But guess what? It has this little flashing light down here, and if you actually press and hold on that light, within 2 minutes, it'll go back to its position that you can put in the case. That's pretty cool. Because I didn't know it did that, and so I had to plug it back in order to get it back to this position to get it back in the case. Little things like that, I like that. Now, there's not a lot more that comes in the kit, except for a couple screws. This is a nice feature, though. Check this out. You actually have 4 screws around here and 2 little screws. This means that you're not just screwing it in on one side, but you can actually get it in on the other. This makes for a really nice, tight, secure mount. I love that. There's also some mounts on the side if you want to mount something to the side of this unit. It also comes with a couple of screws, and these work great. For example, with this little screw on, well, you can hang maybe a power supply on there if you'd like. Yeah. Oh, and I should also show you this Bowens mount adapter. Well, it can actually be removed. Yeah, it's got a little quick release plate here. Check this out. A little bit of this. This little button here, and it slides right out. Now right now this is the only accessory available for this unit, but you know what? You can tell that something else is coming. Maybe a mini Bowens mount, or a lot of other lights have their own proprietary mounts. Well, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out that, yeah, they're prepared for that. And it slides on here very nice. By the way, this is all metal and feels really good. This is plastic though. If you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button. It's the easiest thing you can do to get this video shared out to as many people as possible. And of course, you could also subscribe. You could also share this video. In fact, you could write me a check and send it to me directly. So there's all sorts of different levels, but you know what? Hitting the like button, how hard is that? Just press it. Yeah, it would mean a lot. Now, the unit does require a 45 watts power supply, and I can't remember if one came in the box or not because this one says Anchor on it. I think this is one that I own, and if it came with one, well, I've lost it. Or you can actually use battery power. Let's try that and see if that works. I'm told anything over 45 watts, and I've got a little SMALLRIG battery here. Yeah, pretty cool. I can see this coming in pretty handy. Oh, and Falcam brags about the fact that it doesn't have any internal batteries, telling you that you can check this at your airport luggage. I love how they turned this con into a pro. Well played, Falcom. Speaking of things that may be a pro or a con, let's talk about the case, or rather, the lack of a case. The Move just comes in a cardboard box. Now, there is some padding in the box. That's nice, but it's still just a box. Oh, and it does come with a couple of these little things to tie your cables up with. Yeah, or use them as hair scrunchies, if you need one. Now, there's always the argument that if you don't have use for a case, you shouldn't be required to pay for a case. But I would say even then, you're going to store it occasionally, and you're going to want to put it in a nice case. But most of the time, I see this unit as something that I'm going to take out, because I don't have high ceilings in here. I can reach everything just fine. It's when I'm out and about and I have a light up on a very high C-stand that I'm going to want to use this to adjust my lights. And I'm going to have to take it there. And I'm going to have to take it in a crappy cardboard box. At least until someone can come up with a great case for this. Falcam, I hope you're listening. So what I do love about this light is that you can sort of adjust it, get it right where you want it. Yeah, just like that. Or maybe a little over, or maybe a little over there. Well, that's a little too far. You can actually adjust the speed of this if you have the wireless remote. If you have the wired remote, well, you don't get to adjust that speed. Well, let's say I get it in here right where I want. I can just press a button here and make a preset. So I press and hold, let's say the B button, for example, and then it tells me that I'm okay. And then I can just take it somewhere else. And then I can hit that for the A button, press and hold till it says okay. And then I can just press the B twice, and it goes back to the B position. And here's something else to remember about these presets. It will usually go up and down first, and then side to side. So if I set it to point A, for example, and I move it, let's say, over, and then let's just go up with it, something like that. Well, I'll hit that as C, I'll hold it, says okay, I'll hit B twice, and it'll go back to this position. But you see, it didn't go straight to that position, it went over and then down. Oh, and it doesn't have a way to just have it move back and forth on your points. That would be cool too. Yeah, it's not really set up to move the lights other than to adjust it for your shot. So you're not going to get full robotic control like you would out of a gimbal, for example. But hey, did I mention that this can hold 13 pounds? Yeah, there's really nothing out there to compete with this Falcom. At least not yet. Oh, and Falcom, if you're listening, maybe some firmware updates to get a little more control? Just saying. Oh, and you can also control it from the Falcom app. This allows you to set those points, for example, and get you right back to what you want. The problem is that the joystick on here, well, it's not working for me. So maybe there's still a few bugs to work out there. Plus, you don't get all the features you get with the remote. And you know, the remote, yeah, it's pretty handy. Another nice thing about this remote is you can control many more units just by switching the ID number here, but I only have one unit, so the only thing that did for me was I accidentally switched the wrong ID and it didn't work. So be careful with that. So if you put it in perspective, it's a fantastic light stand and it has a great value. It just doesn't do everything maybe that you'd want it to do, but if it did, it would probably cost more. Hey, if you'd like to see other gear and tips and tricks on how to be a better filmmaker, well, you can just watch that little video right over there. That would be awesome. Oh, and remember, hit that like button. Come on, it's not that hard. Hey, thanks for stopping by.